What's up guys, Midwestern RC, and you clicked the title of the video, and this is the 4 months ownership of the Traxxas XRT. I'm just going to be bashing around, tearing it up, having some fun, and discussing what I've done to it, what's broken, and honestly why I think you should get one. So, first and foremost, I'm not an ARMA fanboy, but in terms of the larger scale RCs, I do like the Creighton and the Outcast 8S better in terms of driving, meaning like literally just driving around. That is separate from, you know, bashing. But in terms of like how freaking durable these things are and how much abuse they can handle, I've been just nothing but shocked the whole time. So, all right, I know you guys came here for the title. I saw this after filming the whole video, 2 battery packs. See the cracks right there? So, gotta get a front bulkhead. I noticed that and I was like, oh crap. I see the 2 cracks right there. But front bulkhead's $15. They are not in stock right now. They'll be in stock in a few weeks. I might just take this apart, glue it together with E6000 glue in the meantime. But yeah, just letting you guys know. Just getting some warm-up jumps in. Nice. These things are incredibly controllable in the air, incredibly durable as well. Let's see, what have I had broken on this thing? I had a wheel break off. Here's a clip of that. So that was kind of a thing, and I heard it's a common problem too. I also had someone tell me that if you contact Traxxas, I haven't done this yet, but if you contact Traxxas, they'll actually send you like 1 or 2 wheels for free. I do have the X-Max sledgehammers. They fit great on the XRT. They are a great basher tire. They expand in midair. I'll try to simulate that. So see how they kind of balloon up like that? So when that happens, I don't know if you saw the truck twisting in my hands either, but it allows the truck to rotate in midair, like in terms of like a backflip or a front flip. I'll try to do a backflip right now, just to demonstrate. Just like that. Super plush too, super easy. So I do plan on taking this thing to the BMX track by my house. It's like 30 minutes away. And after I get the stock tires sorted out with Traxxas and get those back on, I will run those because they will definitely handle better. Now, when the tires balloon, you have to think you are losing the contact patch that you have with the road, and the stock tires really don't balloon that much. They are a lower profile too, so the center of gravity is lower, so they're obviously going to handle much better. I'll start talking about other things that I upgraded right out of the box that I think you should too. First and foremost, the stock servo is not the greatest, okay? So Traxxas makes an upgraded servo. I'll put a thing of that right here. It's $100. Honestly, the tabs break off of it, and I have that servo in here right now, and the tabs are, one of the tabs broke off. I actually just used E6000 glue, glued it back on. It's driving fine, it's steering fine. But I gotta say, instead of spending that $100, get one of the, hold up. Plush. This, oh my gosh. Batteries came unplugged. So yeah, if you're gonna get one of these things, I'll put the link in the description. I'll put the picture of the product right here. I do plan on upgrading it to at one point. The thing about the stock servo, it doesn't have much power. It is better than stock, but it also, I'll check right now, see if you can. I don't know if you can run it on high voltage. Now with the stock ESC, a lot of people have issues with the stock ESC. I did upgrade to the Max 6, and what I noticed with that, I did a whole video on that too. I'll put a link in the description for that. The Max 6, I don't think it's a necessary upgrade, But if you want to squeeze as much power and like throttle precision out of this, I would definitely run the Max 6 or the Max 5. And with the Max 6, then you can turn up your servo, if it allows it, to 7.4 volts and get more power out of it. And when you turn up the BEC to 7.4 voltage, you're also going to get more power to the fans. With the dual fans on here, now let's talk about gearing. The stock XRT gears and the stock X-Max gears, they're made out of like, from what I understand, powdered metal. I didn't mean to do that. That literally happened by like, I was trying to focus and lost my train of thought. But like, if that doesn't show you right there how good the XRT is and how friendly of a basher it is, you know, like that really wasn't skill at all. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I meant to do that front flip. I did not. In terms of gearing, I'm running a 22 pinion and a 52 spur gear. Now, I love the XRT. I loved my X-Max until it started giving me a ton of issues. But with the X-Max and the XRT, the crown gear and the differential, nice save. That's the Max 6 right there. That's the Max 6 let me squeeze the throttle and give the throttle right away. The stock ESC, I don't think you could have saved that with that. The X-Max and the XRT are just, they're really tricky to work on, you know. So in terms of like the front, center, and the rear differential, it's like 3 dozen screws. It's a ton of screws. Plan on having a big workbench. Plan on like making sure you're organized with everything. And I'm used to like, oh, I didn't want to do that. I don't like getting my rigs wet. But just plan on, you know, having it take like 3-4 hours. That's how long it takes me to do the differentials on these cars. In terms of diff fluids, I have 50K in the front, stock is 10. The center, the stock is 20 million. I have earplugs in it. Now, I saw a comment on one of my old videos and some guy was giving me crap. He's like, oh, why do you run earplugs? It just blah, blah, it doesn't turn when you have earplugs, and it just backflips and it just wheelies. Well, guess what? That's what I enjoy. So if I wanted to like have this thing not wheelie and have it turn a little better and not have it do backflips and have more air control, I would just leave the stock 20 million, you know? So I'm a little rusty. I haven't used this thing in like easily like 6 weeks or something too. Like, I hate sounding like I have an ego, but I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that. But the gears, the crown gear and the pinion gear on the XRT and the X-Max are, from my understandings, correct me if I'm wrong, they're made of a similar metal to that pinion and spur gear that I was talking about. And I had issues with them on my X-Max. Now, Traxxas makes, I don't know why they just don't install it from the factory, to be honest. Traxxas makes HD gears, and I'm assuming they're hardened steel, but they make a crown gear and a pinion gear for the differentials. When I got this, I didn't want to go through all the crap that I had happen with the X-Max. Did not expect that much hang time. So when I did the differentials, before I even ran this thing, I installed the HD gears, and they didn't need shimming, which was nice. I have the stock shock fluid. What else do I have done to this thing? Oh, I think this is definitely a necessity. It's a 3D printed wing mount, and the stock one, it's gonna break. The wing's gonna be flopping all over the place. All right, real quick, I'm gonna show you guys another thing I learned from Chef Beardsley. When you're putting your batteries in, kind of take the wires and slip them underneath here, underneath the battery strap down thing, and then have them come around. Because if you don't, that's how his XRT started on fire, was with how they were bent in like that. It would smash forward and it like disconnected the battery or something like that and started a fire. So just put them out here, put the balance lead out as well. Learn from me, I actually ruined both balance leads on a different pack of these Gen Ace batteries. So these are the other Gen Ace that I run. They don't have the C rating that the Bashing Pro has, and I definitely can feel that when I run these. These are a soft case, they're not ideal for bashing. But I don't really do anything like Rich Duper Bash or Kevin Talbot. I don't send my crap to the moon, so I think the soft case lipos are honestly okay if you not know what you're doing, but if you acknowledge that you're not going to be sending it to the moon and doing stupid stuff. So now the reason I like these batteries and the reason that I'm definitely mentioning them to anybody that has an XRT or an XMAX, they fit perfectly in the trays. And if you're not all about, you know, big sends and everything like that, I really think these are great batteries just for like ripping around in a field or tearing it up on dirt or something like that. They're soft case, they're 8,500 milliamp batteries. Let me know in the comments, honestly, I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned and everything I've looked up, there are not a higher capacity battery that fits without modification in the 8S Traxxas lineup, the XRT and the XMAX. So with these, you get a ton of runtime. But as you can see, still a lot of power with these batteries. Like it's, you can feel the difference. I really don't think you can see it on video, but if you want utmost power and safety, like I was saying, the Gen Ace 6800 milliamp Bashing Pro lipos, great option. Ooh. Oh. Like I was saying, a great option to have. Nice, there we go. Backflip. Saved it, nice. Now my truck specifically, just because of how I modified it, with the Max 6, with the gearing, having longer gearing, you have more wheel speed, and having the Traxxas Sledgehammer tires, you have more air control. All right, I'm curious. I'm going to intentionally try a front flip now. All right, let's see if I can intentionally do a front flip. I'm a little nervous. I don't want to break anything, but here we go. Oh, that felt good. And as far as like the, you know, RC in general, okay, set your car up how you like it. Don't go on a Facebook forum unless you don't know anything. Don't go on a Facebook forum and be like, what should I set my differential oils to? What should I set my shock oil to? You are going to get 30 different answers, and then you're probably going to pick the one most common to you. My general tip of advice, start with the stock fluid, take it from there. You know, I always just change the center diff first when I'm learning a car, when I have a new car. I do that because that's really where a lot of the bashability and acceleration is going to be. Like for example, my Losi DBX LE, it has stock. It's, believe it or not, 50,000 weight fluid, which if you know bashers and if you know oil, that is nothing. So much of the power bled to the front wheels that it literally wasn't fun to drive. The second I changed it to 500,000, which is a much thicker fluid, the truck was so much more enjoyable to drive. Another tip, if your batteries keep coming unplugged, mine have came unplugged 3 times already. I'm running EC5 connectors. You can actually, I've seen Rich Duper Bash do this, so that's where I'm getting it from. Full disclosure, he actually takes Gorilla Tape and tapes his connectors together. So that's something you could do, or you can run a small zip tie in between the 2 cables and then just do it like that. All right, but I want to get a nice full speed flyby and then immediately do a temp check just to show you guys with the Sledgehammer tires, 2250 gearing, and in about 48-degree weather, what the temperatures run. All right, so I'm gonna turn around. I want it to be like a fresh temp check. We're gonna stop it. All right, no editing, nothing, no cuts. Grab my temp gun, 2250 gearing, big sledgehammers. All right, motor temp. Oh wow, pretty hot. 175, 176. I'm seeing 200. I don't know. It doesn't feel like 200. That makes me sound dumb. ESC, pretty warm. But again, that is like you saw, full speed up and down this field. And again, when I change out the servo on this, I'm gonna run a Reef Straw 500, so then I can run 7.4 volts. These fans will get more power too, so it's gonna run a little cooler then as well. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like this video. It'll help the algorithm, help push up my YouTube videos, all that stuff. Until next time, guys, Midwestern RC out.